Welcome back to Survival Shenanigans. Now, I do have a bit of a confession to make. I did not finish the build, but there has been progress done, and I will continue to make progress every day. That was quite... I think my head might be a little broken now. But I will be continuing work on this every day, even those that I don't show here. And during this video, I will give a bunch of progress updates. And in the last one, we just built a lot over here, so I kind of want to take focus away from here and go back and do a little bit more building, because there hasn't been a lot of building done. I mean, well, there has been a lot of building done, but not building to make it look good. It was just building to get a lot of items, and that's pretty much it. Alright. So I'm going to go to my base. Actually, no, I'm going to go to spawn, and I want to show you something that I kind of want to build over at spawn. So over here, right at the spawn portal, we have this little pond, and basically what I want to do as my contribution from my contribution to this spawn area, I kind of want to give some life to this pond, you know? Over here, I think I'm going to add a real quick fishing pier, and then just in the pond itself, add a bunch of seagrass, pop in some fish. Only caught in salmon, but anyways, regardless, they're fish. So pop in some fish into this pond, and then actually over here, right in front of the spawn portal pretty much, is a nice flat area, and this area I kind of want to use for a sort of helipad, especially since we're starting to use some elytras on the server. Helipad, like sort of landing pad area, would be kind of nice, and it's right next to the portal anyway, so it's kind of a good area. But I need a lot of oak trees. I mean, there's a forest right behind me, but I don't want to make that forest look too bad, so I might go over that area. That's a village. I am just kind of like died at it. Anyways, I need to pick up a bed so I sleep. So yeah, the first thing that I kind of want to do is just get into these builds at a small path between the portal and the bed so it's out of the way. But add a small path between the portal and the helipad, and continue that path past the portal down some stairs onto here. And then maybe this could be a path that just kind of winds up around and over to this central spawn area that I don't know what's going on with it. I might sort of match this kind of slightly lowered aesthetic with the helipad. Of course, like, not so that you can bang your head into one of the slabs, but, or I guess one of the full blocks. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my idea for this area. I do need to go get some oak wood, which is probably going to take not that long, actually. I do have to go back to the industrial district for some cobblestone so that I can get some slabs. So I'm going to go back and get a bunch of cobblestone, and I'm going to go get some oak wood because there's a forest right there. Okay, so this is all the stuff that I got. I just grabbed that from the chest. I had a bunch lined up. And then you saw me, I was gathering all that. Just under 2.5 stack, that should be enough for all these builds here. But I kind of don't want to do these as a time-lapse. Now, I've been doing all the builds so far as time-lapses, but I just kind of want to go through the kind of the design process. And first, I think I might as well just get rid of these. These were just going to be the pylons that extend down into the water, or like pillars like that. And then, yeah, this one here. I don't think I'm going to keep that one. But that's only because it's right at the dam. I might keep it, I might not, I don't know. I'm going to extend this to the dam. This will be down here. Yeah, I don't know. Real quick. Crafting table, because we need more crafting tables in this world, most definitely. Might copy that actually. Put a torch on top of a fence. Planks. How does that look? Torch too high. Actually, that does look quite alright. It matches with up there, so that works. And then we use planks, try to put some slabs. I guess. This whole thing should be outlined, so we can easily calculate how much more slabs I need. And yeah, I'm gonna finish up this pier build quick, and then I'll be back. Right, I think the pier build is just about finished. That one needs to become a cobblestone block. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's the entire pier build complete. You can see it's right next to the dam. Got a light source to help keep this place looking. Well, help keep it from getting destroyed. And then that's, yeah, it's just for the pond, fill in the pond. But over here, we copy a bit of what spawn is going on over there. So I'm gonna do the same pillar thing again, just kind of going along over. I'd say this is a pretty alright space. And another set of fences. And with these fences, this whole space will be lit. Which will also help protect it. And then these log blocks, the 2 log blocks, 3 log blocks on each side will all extend downward. Not where it does, but that, I think that first one needs to go down a block. Yay. Down another block, and there we go. And this whole area in here. Yeah, this is still going to take a bit. But my idea is, I'll just have a stone pillar real quick. 10 by 100, it's 50 blocks. My idea is basically kinda like what Spawn has going on, like actual world Spawn. You kind of have the cobblestone indented into the ground. Alright, I'm gonna finish this one up and then I'll be back. Alright, and that's the entire helipad almost complete. I need one more. There we go. Now that's the entire spawn landing pad complete. Seeing it from the sky, you can clearly, it clearly looks like a spot to just, hey, land here. Actually, you know what? Those slabs. No, they're on the other side. They're over here. Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple more logs. Make 9. And I'm actually going to, out of oak slabs, that kind of square, helipads all the time. To make it out of oak, because that's what I have on hand. Now I think that's gonna better give off the hey land here kind of vibe. And the result, I mean, it's an H. Not much to say about it. If it was an odd by an odd, it would probably look a bit better. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna add a brick path going into the portal from the helipad. And yeah, it's going to lead down into some oak stairs. And these oak stairs are just going to lead down to the pier. Or I guess it's a dock, I don't know. I don't know if it's a pier or a dock. It's one of the two. Alright, I'm gonna work on that a bit later. I got an actual base that I want to go work on. And here's kind of the area that I want to build. It's a valley of sorts. It's quite smaller than I remembered, but I still think it would be quite neat to just build like a little village in here. And my idea... What are you doing? Okay, anyway. My idea was kind of just have a village tucked away in here with a castle, but it doesn't look like there's enough space for a castle. So instead, what I'm thinking I might do is a village with kind of like a cave base up in that mountain over there, since it's a 90-degree angle. So instead of a castle, because, well, there's not enough space for a castle. And the specific kind of village that I'm going for, I'll explain a little later once I actually start building everything. But for now, all that you need to know is that I need to clear up this space. So, I brought my crafting table, I brought my bed. I need to just craft up a bunch of chests. Four chests or 2 double chests should be enough. No, I think I need 2 more. There's quite a bit in here. And even then, the more chests, the better, because I do want to add storage here eventually. Because this is, well, my base. But, yeah, I gotta clear out all of this area, which I probably should have done before building everything with the oak. But, regardless, I can just start building everything, and I think it's just about time to get cracking on with the deforestation so I can actually build everything. I don't know what to say before time lapses, so yeah, time lapses. Okay, so that was the entire deforestation of the area, but you may see now that I am back in my creative world, and that's because I've built up a bunch of villager houses. You can see like a blacksmith and a whole lot of other houses, farms. But if you've been playing Minecraft for a while, you should recognize all of these, or you should recognize all of these. Man, I'm bad at English. Anyways, you can see here is blacksmith, you got farmhouse, church, shack, large house, library, small house. Actually, both the small houses, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So these are all upgraded versions, or like modernized versions of the old village buildings. I decided to go with this kind of style pretty early in the season, but you can see here I've actually, built everything out. You can see all of these have the workstations. So like the blacksmith over here has a workstation for any blacksmith block. It does have the chest in there, though I don't know if I'm going to keep anything in there. And then you can see the farmhouse. It has a workstation for the smoker, barrel, and the loom. Then back here, it also has fisherman, but if it is a fisherman, it's a 2-block deep pond. So what that would look like is just kind of punching out this whole area and then filling it all in with water. Over here you see the church, and it has a brewing stand. It's up in the middle there, not over here like it is in modern Minecraft. But that's just because it makes more sense with it being in the back there. Like if it's back over here, it's just off to the side in a random spot. But back here, it's in an actual spot. And it does have all 3 floors. It's all lit. Here you have the shack. I have a bed. I removed the table since I'm pretty sure these generated with a table. And I just replaced it with the bed. I hate sneezes anyway. You can see here I have a solo farm with the composter down the middle. And then I have the dual farm, which actually has 2 composters. Now, compared to the modern farms, these actually have the composters below, inside of the wooden structure. And that's because with the modern farms, the problem is that all 3 blocks surrounding the composter also get trampled, not just the one where the composter is. So having the composters on this lower level significantly decreases the chance of these crops getting trampled. And then over here you just have a lamppost. It's nothing special, it's a lamppost. Then you have the large house, which has a table over here that I added. But then, actually I don't know if I added this or not. I think I did. But I added 3 beds into this house. Now, I probably could have gotten away with 2, but I decided with 3 just to cram more villagers into a small area. Here you have the library. Nothing much changed with the library. The crafting table is replaced with the workstation. Still has all the bookshelves, same amount of blocks and stuff like that. Actually, no, it's not the only house that doesn't have logs for windows. Then here is the house. It has a bed and it still has the upper floor, which I might add a torch to the upper floor, actually. But then down here, these are essentially just the same house, except this one has a workstation inside of it instead of a bed. And then over here is just village well. I might add a bell on one of these sides, I don't know. One of the corners, maybe. But then you may have seen all of these concrete and sand outlines. All these outlines, they basically just outline the shape of each house. That way I could put them on a map, like... Oh. There we go. So that I can have a map like this. You can see you have
all the workstations are filled. There's even a lot of farms, but there's quite a few houses. And I am quite happy with this map. And you can see over here is the actual build itself. Now, what I did is I basically just took the chunk of land and I made it into a schematic. And then I pasted that schematic over here to the creative world. I added an entire layer of signs, like just a layer of signs. Then on top of that, I placed all these gravity blocks. But instead of just building the village on the ground like a normal person, why'd I even build it in the sky? I want this build to have a very generated feel, like an old village generated here, but of course with all the houses upgraded into modern building techniques and stuff of the like. So yeah, the map's here. All the signs are holding up all the gravity blocks. I have a feeling my game's gonna crash, but without further ado, I guess break this block and see what happens with it all. So that's how it maps to the ground itself. Now, all of this gravel is going to have to be sunk into the ground. I might have to terraform a little bit, though I'll terraform as little as I need to, because I'd rather not have to terraform at all, but I mean, you can see there's houses like that. That's not going to be able to get down there. That's raised. That's fine. That one's not going to be connected. So I might have to do minor amounts of terraforming. But yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to get this place, get it fixed up, get a schematic for this place. So then I could just take that schematic and paste it over. Well, not paste it, you know what I mean. Take the schematic, take it over to the creative world, or the server itself. This is a creative world. And then build it. You'll see what the full village looks like after a quick time lapse of building the village, whatever it may look like. Alright, so what you just saw was the entire building of this village here. You can see it looks quite nice. You have all the houses. The houses themselves have beds, and then you see here there's like libraries and such. They have workstations. Yeah, just like I discussed previously. Now, one thing I did add is on the North Road, I did add a bell to the well. It's the well bell. Just to make sure that the well is like the meeting point of the village, the center point of the village. There's a bunch of lamps that I just kind of dotted around. Yeah, all pretty cool things. But there's one glaring issue in that this village is severely underpopulated. I mean, the population is 1, and that one person lives way on that hill, so it's really 0. I guess the population is 2 now. There's a zombie pigman now, so population's 2, but still a problem. I did test in the creative world. This village does indeed actually work, and it keeps villagers flowing. Especially, is it the end of this? I think it's the end of this road. Yeah, here. This is a bunch of powder snow. Even with this powder snow, which I do actually have to fill back in. I guess I might do like break that one and then a couple of dirt blocks. You know, replace those with a couple of dirt blocks. But even with this powder snow, the villagers are able to repopulate back fast enough. Once there's a high population of villagers, that is. So maybe I'll like fence this area off until a higher population or something like that. But unfortunately, we are out of time to get villagers into here. By next time, the villagers will be in here, and I will have an actual base up there instead of what it is now, which is just a line of chests and a compost converter that I didn't need because I definitely didn't borrow anything from Blue. No bones were borrowed. Thank you, weather. Well, now that I'm in some kind of shelter, except for that one block, so this is really a bad shelter, I'm gonna move somewhere else. Yeah, down here works. Well, now that I'm in a bit of shelter, I guess this is where I'm gonna call it for today. If you so choose, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't do it just because I told you. Like, if you actually think this is good content, which I don't know why, but okay, your choice, I guess. But yeah, I'll maybe catch you in the next one if there's a next one. There will be a video going out why this took so long and like the future and stuff. I don't know. One of the main reasons was I just kind of got bored of Minecraft, and that will be solved sometime. I don't know what the solution is or when that will be solved, but it will be solved sometime. Anyways, that's it for now, and I hope to catch you in the next one. See ya!